All right, today we're diving into a real head-scratcher happening in the crypto world right now. A huge wave of investment products for XRP has finally arrived, something investors have been begging for years. But here's the crazy part. Instead of the price shooting for the moon, it's kinda fizzling out. So what's the deal? Let's break it down.
This is the central mystery we're unpacking. I mean, think about it. On one hand, you've got this flood of institutional products hitting the market. This is the stuff that should send the price soaring, right? But then you look at the chart, and the price is actually dropping. What is going on behind the scenes here? Let's dig in.
Okay, so first, let's look at the good news, or at least what seems like amazing news. I mean, after years and years of waiting, it feels like the institutional dam has finally burst. A whole flood of new XRP products is making its way into the mainstream market.
Now, we're not just talking hypotheticals here. Get this, the very first U.S. spot XRP ETF. That's a fund that actually holds real XRP, sucked in an incredible $268 million in just its first 2 days. That is, by far, the strongest ETF debut we've seen all year. It's proof positive that people are absolutely hungry for this.
But hold on, because that was just the warm-up act. The real cavalry, we're talking the household names of finance, they're all lining up to get in on the action. And the scale of this, it's just massive.
I mean, just look at this list. Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, Grayscale, WisdomTree. These aren't some small-time crypto shops, you know? These are Wall Street titans, and every single one of them is placing a major bet on XRP. This isn't just a niche crypto thing anymore. This is a huge vote of confidence from the very heart of the traditional financial world.
Okay, so you've got all this institutional firepower, you've got clear investor demand, the price has got to be going through the roof, right? Well, not so fast. This is where the story gets really interesting. It's like we're watching a tale of two completely different markets play out at the same time.
It's just bizarre. Right in the middle of all this incredible news, the price of XRP actually dropped almost 4% in 24 hours. And this is the disconnect that has everyone scratching their heads. The math just doesn't seem to make any sense. So where's the money really going?
Okay, this right here really paints the picture. It turns out this isn't just a bunch of brand new money flooding into crypto. No, what we're actually seeing is a huge capital rotation. Look at this. Money is pouring out of the big dogs, Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars leaving them. And where's it going? It's moving straight into these new XRP products. It seems like investors are basically trading in the old guard for what they see as the next big thing.
All right, let's recap. We've got massive demand. We've got huge names launching products. And yet, the price is tanking. It's time to decode this thing. Let's really look at the key reasons that explain what's bubbling just under the surface.
So there isn't just one simple answer here. It's really a mix of a few crucial things. First, you've got that massive investor rotation we just talked about. Second, and this is a big one, is the fact that not all exchange launches are the same. And finally, you just can't ignore that the overall market vibe is still pretty tense right now.
Okay, I really want to drill down on that point about the exchange launches because, honestly, this might be the single biggest piece of the puzzle. It's a strategy you could call launch phasing, and it's all about where these new ETFs first see the light of day.
Wow. Yeah, this chart says it all, doesn't it? So those first ETFs, they launched on the CBOE exchange. Now, CBOE is a respectable market, for sure, but its scale is measured in the billions. Now, look over at the NYSE and the NASDAQ. This is where the next wave of XRP ETFs is headed. We're not talking billions anymore. We're talking about a combined market size of over $60 trillion. So think of these first launches as just a small ripple in a pond. The real tidal wave of capital, it hasn't even hit the beach yet. So let's do this. Let's stop obsessing over the 24-hour price chart for a second and just zoom out to look at the bigger picture. When you do that, you realize this isn't just about one little ETF launch for one crypto. What we're seeing is the beginning of the institutional floodgates creaking open for a completely new era in finance.
And this quote right here from the CEO of Uphold, Simon McLaughlin, just nails it. He says, $80 trillion of wealth is going to be transferred to digital native generations. Think about that. We are literally at the very beginning of the largest transfer of wealth in all of human history. An unbelievable amount of money is about to move from the baby boomers to younger generations, people who grew up with the internet being as normal as running water.
And what are these new digital native investors going to expect? Well, they're going to expect their money to move around the globe as instantly and easily as sending a text. They are not going to put up with 3-day settlement times, high fees, and all the clunky friction of old-school finance. And that, right there, is the exact problem that technologies like blockchain were built from the ground up to solve.
And look, this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky theory for 20 years from now. Analysts are already putting real, hard numbers on this trend. The forecast? They're predicting that XRP ETFs, just by themselves, could pull in anywhere from $4 to $8 billion in new investment in just their first year. That's the real story that's building right now, way beneath all the noise of the daily price action.
Okay, so let's circle all the way back to that paradox we started with. You know, it's really easy to look at a red daily chart and just call this whole thing a failed launch. But when you actually understand the massive capital rotation that's happening, when you understand the phased launch strategy from small exchanges to trillion-dollar giants, and when you see the multi-trillion-dollar generational wealth shift that is just getting started, you have to ask a totally different question. Are we just watching a botched launch, or are we actually witnessing the quiet, almost invisible beginning of a tectonic shift in global finance? I'll let you think about that one.